Being that today is my birthday, maybe, just maybe, they will announce the starter being what is up, Finn fans? Trying something different with my microphone. I got it on like a thing because I'm trying. It was in the way over here and I didn't like how it looked, so I'm trying different things. So, but yes, today is my birthday. Thank you in advance. If any of you do say happy birthday in the comment section, it means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Turning 37. I'm very close to 40 and it sucks. But yeah, I'm going to talk about why the Dolphins should start Tyler Huntley and how it could change the next couple games. But before we jump into that, there's two things I want to talk about. First and foremost, this hurricane that has hit the west coast of Florida. To all my followers, subscribers, anyone who's watching this, if you can watch it, I know there's like hundreds of thousands of people without any power. I hope you guys are okay. I hope you guys are safe. I hope you evacuated if needed to evacuate. I hope you're not dealing with any crazy damage to your property. I'm thinking of all of you, all of my Floridians that are in the line of this hurricane. But also, this kind of coincides with today's sponsor, and that is Clean the World. And how it coincides is Sean Seipler and Clean the World help people in these types of situations. Natural disasters are one of the things that he does the most. And I was actually on the phone with him earlier today because he does live in that like Tampa area. And I was checking in on him, making sure he was okay. And when I got off the phone, he was like, all right, I'll talk to you later. Once this hurricane passes, I got to rally the troops and go out and help people. And it's just something great that he does. Again, natural disasters, homeless people, third world countries, he gets some water, he gets them shower stations, he gets some soap, shampoo, toothbrush, anything they need. And, this is a time where, he does some great things. So go check it out. Cleantheworld.org. He also has many different organizations that are out there to help people. So go check it out. And Sean, hope you're okay. And again, I hope everyone who's in the line of this hurricane, especially, the people in Georgia and stuff like that, because I think it hits landfall. Last I checked, again, I'm recording this Thursday night. It was like a category 5 at some point when it hits landfall. So please be safe and hope you guys are okay. But let's jump into this and talk about Tyler Huntley. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about what Mike McDaniel said yesterday in his presser, because some of the things were interesting, and I'll tell you kind of what their thought process is and probably what they're trying to do. So this is an article written by Isaiah Smalls II. It's from the Miami Herald. He says, as clouds broke over Miami health training facility and the rain began to fall Thursday afternoon, the Miami Dolphins quarterback situation, albeit somewhat ironically, became a bit clearer. Skylar Thompson, flak jacket and all, made a few throws, but none over 10 yards. Tim Boyle tried to flash some mobility during his warm-up, and Tyler Huntley got some extended reps with some notable players. The writing's on the wall. A quarterback decision has been made, bearing a terrible week of practice, even if Coach McDaniel won't give any details. I have in mind what I think, how it could play out. However, it's a little premature for a multitude of reasons, and the very last being the competitive advantage piece. So yeah, 100%. It seems like Tyler's going to start for us against the Tennessee Titans, which I'm excited to see because he does bring a different aspect to that position. But obviously Mike McDaniel's not going to come out and name a starter because a little bit of a competitive advantage. All three of these quarterbacks are different types of quarterbacks. Now, Skylar's not playing. He's got a flak jacket on. He had a hard time breathing on Sunday. He was dealing with a lot of pain. He's not playing. But to prepare for Tim Boyle versus to prepare for Tyler Huntley, if you don't know who's starting, even though you're probably like, I'm a good 90% sure, it takes a lot because you're dealing with a lot from two different guys. With rib injury likely to keep Thompson out of Monday night's matchup against Tennessee, the quarterback competition ultimately comes down to Boyle and Huntley, both whom have been with the Dolphins for less than a month. And while it's a fair question whether either has fully mastered a complicated offense, both claim to have learned more each day. First time, you're a little iffy, Huntley said Thursday. You're not settled, but then you start putting it all together, pedals. After a while, putting it all together pedals. After a while, you start to get going standing up. I guess he's talking about riding a bike. And add Boyle, just like with anything, reputation makes everything slow down. McDaniel, surprisingly, has been in a similar situation. Jimmy Garoppolo's first game with Chicago on the road. So we went to a wristband system that really was all kind of steadfast to this day. McDaniel said, referring to the time as a run game specialist for the 49ers in 2017. The Niners had traded for Garoppolo on October 31st, and by December 3rd, he was their starter. There's always challenges in the league. Sometimes they have to do with the player that touches the ball every day. Side note, again, he was their run game coordinator, and for some reason we like to abandon the run. What made Garoppolo run the first year so special, according to McDaniel, is that he possesses a unique quality that galvanized the team to go 5-0 to end the regular season. Hopefully, we get that same type of play out of Tyler Huntley. That's an unspoken, I don't know, confidence, conviction that a person has to have, where guys believe that, regardless of how long they've played with him, that they have the components to do what each and every one of them need to do. McDaniel added, both quarterbacks share some of that quality. McDaniel continued to say that he's seen a lot of teammates really gravitate to Huntley and Boyle, whom the Dolphins signed on September 7th and August 29th, respectively. I just have a lot of regard for guys that have just have jumped into a situation that isn't for the faint of heart, and you're talking new language. It takes some self-confidence from within to be able to do that, and I feel fortunate that the guys that we've added are boldly attacking it and not looking for any sort of excuse. Also, to put on Mike McDaniel, you got to make it so these guys will work with it. Make it easier for them. Don't have this convoluted verbiage where they have to say, we all seen the clip of John Gruden to Chris Sims where he could not get that verbiage down. And it's like a long convoluted verbiage for like what probably is a toss to the right in I formation. Like, make it a little bit easier. We want to win no matter who is out there, Boyle said Thursday afternoon, later adding that we all get ready like we're going to start, even if I'm going to be the backup or third string. I'm just here to help the team win, Huntley added. On the topic of potentially starting for his home team, the Hallandale Beach native, I don't know why I couldn't get that out, grinned from ear to ear. It would be amazing. That's just a childhood dream, being able to play for your home team. It's something that everybody doesn't get to come across. It would mean everything in the world, which probably put a little bit more pep in his step. Regardless of who lines up at the starter, the Dolphins offense still has bigger problems. Core principle of the run game hasn't worked. Big plays have consistently gashed the defense. All-pro left tackle Teron Armstead concussion could keep him out Monday. A huge blow to the offensive line until that has clarity taken a step back. I would put Patrick Paul out there. I would put probably Kendall Lamb at right guard, left guard, and put, I'd put Patrick Paul out there. Quarterback, however, remains the most important position in football. There's no player really on the team that doesn't touch that player doesn't touch. I mean, indirectly or directly, your special teams, defense, all playing for that guy. Everybody, whether you're a runner or offensive line, trying to come off on the right snap count, or your skill position, trying to get pass target. All of these things, everyone's job. They're depending on the person doing their job, which is why, like everything McDaniel does, quarterback one will be decided not just by him, by Greer, but by players as well. Interesting. It's not overly weighted. You're just interested to see if your forecast is similar, just early impressions. I listen to the strongest statement that I think teammates can make. Asking them is nice, but I'm also the head coach, and generally players are not trying to overly plateau one another or another with the teammates because they are good guys and all love them. So essentially he asked the locker room, like, he's probably like, who you feeling? Who out of the two, kind of who has a slight edge right now, who this, who that, which I find to be interesting. What I like to do is lean into what I've seen through all sorts of nuances when 11 people play football. You can just tell it's the best way that I can explain it. When guys are believing in the signal caller to really go and do what we have to do, So these practices are extremely important for me for that reason. Yeah. So, you're calling out plays, and, if your guys aren't running full speed, if you guys aren't doing what they're supposed to do, you can tell. He also adds that he's more comfortable with Huntley in terms of what we targeted for him on the 53-man roster. The game isn't too big for him. Very encouraged by his possession. The collective view in our Dolphins media room, this is from Barry Jackson here in Miami Gardens, is that Tyler Huntley is the favorite to start Monday unless the coaches don't like what they see in terms of grasp of offense, etc. over the next 3 days. And a lot of beat writers have retweeted this. Per McDaniel, Armstead remains in concussion protocol, but is feeling better. Same with Kendall Fuller. David Long hamstring, won't practice today, but is doing absolutely everything he can for this game because he will be facing his old team. So overall, again, you see the title. I think that Tyler Huntley would give us a huge advantage because of his mobility. Now, I was looking at a lot of his film, and he does have a good arm, but he doesn't have the accuracy that Tua has. But he has that other intangible where it's going to force the opposing defense to now take into consideration that he's going to run for a first. And it's not a situation where he's just going to tuck his head down and run for a first. It's a situation where he can juke you, his speed, he can run around you, and he could possibly get more than a first. But then he also has the ability to hit Tyreek on a fade or any of these types of situations. So this is a situation, I'm going to say one more time, situation that we can add wrinkles to this offense. We can now take the motions and the RPOs and all that other stuff and have Huntley keep the ball. That's something that we've never really seen in this offense. So you're down in the red zone and you can play action and have, Achane behind you with, in gold and I formation, tight I formation, kind of a goal line, and then have Huntley roll it out and run it in himself, and he can get to the edge faster than any of these guys can catch him. So it puts a huge strain on the opposing defense, and we are facing some decent to good defenses in the next 3 games. And the Tennessee Titans, who, again, we'll talk about this tomorrow, but you got the Patriots who do have a good defense. You got the Colts who kind of have a good defense. And then maybe Tua comes back week 8 against the Arizona Cardinals, and then we got a road trip for Buffalo and LA. So, we need to win these next 3 games, like at minimum. We have to go into a possible game with Tua coming back being 4-2, because now we can't do a 5-1 because we lost to Seattle because of the quarterback play. I would put a lot of that on the quarterback play because after breaking down the film, if we had a decent quarterback, we would have won that game. But comment below, do you want Tyler Huntley to play, or do you want Tim Boyle to play? I would be shocked by the amount of people who say Tim Boyle. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to break down this preview for the Dolphins-Titans game, and then I will see you guys Monday at 7:15 live for the Titans game. And again, to everyone in Florida who's in the line or has been in the line of this hurricane, I hope you're okay. And I will see you tomorrow. Like usual, stay classy. FN's out.